Hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to my video. Today we're going to get into some tea. Some real tea. Real tea. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you like. Turn on that bell. And follow my Instagram, Phoenix Janae. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I tell the story time. Hopefully I can remember everything. I didn't write anything down. I'm really coming off the dome with it. And if I leave parts out, mind you, this happened like 7 months ago. So let's first say this. This is a disclaimer. I'm not trying to spill anyone's business. I'm not gonna go into depth about anybody's names or situations. I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm just simply here, for the memories. I want to look back at my YouTube video and remember these times. Some are good, some are bad. This just so happened to be a bittersweet situation. Like, yes, this is my first apartment. Oh, let me start doing my makeup. This was my first apartment, so I love that. And it was good, the first couple of months moving in. But then it started going downhill. Just kind of want to speak to my roommates. Like, if you're watching this, if you're not, that's cool. But if you are, I just want to let you know there ain't no beef. There's no beef at all. But y'all were bad roommates, and that's okay. And I'm sure I probably was to y'all because I definitely wasn't very social. So let's get into the apartment situation. So I moved into this apartment. So I was assigned 2 roommates. I was living in a 3-bathroom apartment, which was beautiful, by the way. Like, hardwood floors, a porch. The rooms were spacious, nice bathroom. Just definitely a great first apartment, aside from the roommates. But I'm not about to, talk down on y'all, but y'all definitely did me dirty. Like, for real. So yeah, I had 2 roommates. We're gonna call the first one Asia, and we're gonna call the second one, let's call her, dang, I don't even remember her real name. What the heck? Diana. Let's call her Diana. Dirty Diana. Oh. Anyway, so moving into the apartment, it was a great experience. First, initially, I had the apartment with Asia and another roommate, but she moved out. The first roommate, she was great, at first. We were planning things for the apartment, things like that, but I kind of wanted to hold off on buying things until I kind of figured out who it is I'm living with. I know she's kind of hinting towards, us, going ahead and purchasing certain things, but I was just like, let me wait until, our other roommate comes in and I kind of feel the situation out before I start putting money in, start investing, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm using this. Look, y'all are asleep on drugstore makeup. And I got this thing where my skin color changes a lot, or at least the makeup, I don't know what it is. It might be I'm getting tan or something, but I'm not finna be Fenting and NARS and Beauty Blender out when I'm only gonna be able to use it for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? So this is the truth. With her, I came into it and I told her, what I expect out of this roommate situation, which was good. I think that really set some boundaries. And I also wanted to say this video is just a cautionary tale, for people out there who are getting roommates. This is not me bashing people at all, but it's me letting you know the mistakes I made and what I would have done if I ever do that again, which I won't. Off the bat, what I wanted, what I expect out of cleanliness, who's buying what we're sharing, which what I said was dish detergent, which I bought a big jug of, and paper towels. So that's what the agreement was. I'm gonna fast forward to the second roommate because that's when things went downhill. So she moved in while me and Asia were on vacation, I guess you could say. So I didn't really have time to, or have the opportunity to tell her, you know, what I wanted out of a roommate or whatnot. And for some reason, it just makes sense to me to just like let her do what she do and like, you know, see what happens, you know, like, you know, and then if she does something, correct it later. No. What I should have did was the first day I saw her, sat down with her, which I did say, I said, let's have a roommate meeting, but you know, it never happened because I had school, and honestly, I'm making excuses. I really should have, you know, made time for that, but you live and you learn. But yeah, so she moved in. I just let her do her, and I was just like, if she do anything I don't like, I just tell her, you know. So moved in, cool. It was nice. Like the first week, you know, she was clean. It was smelling good and stuff. Okay. Then the first thing happened, she smoked in the house. Like, I don't have a problem with you smoking in the house. Like if you're smoking in your bathroom, you know, with the shower on and you got a little towel under the door type of thing. But she would walk in with the whatever through the living room, throughout the whole house, you know, through the common areas. And I'm like, oh, hell nah. I should have said something. Damn. Weeks gone or whatever. Not even weeks, days. Like, to be for real with you. Days went on. Shawty used my pot. Not even pot, pots, plural. P-O-T-S. Pots. Like, she used my pots. Baby, I didn't give you permission to use my stuff. Like, and not only did she use my pots, but she would leave it with the grease on the stove. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I do when I need to use this? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I left it there a couple of days, you know, waiting for her to clean it, because I'm damn sure not cleaning that. You use my shit and I have to clean my shit. No. That's not how this is going to work. Days go by, still didn't clean it, you know. So it's just like us alternating between like taking the pot off the stove so I can use the stove. I'm not a stingy person, but my thing is, if you're gonna use something of mine, ask. That's what I thought was common courtesy. Next thing she used was my mop. Now you would think, okay, like it's a mop, like you know, like that, you know, anybody can use that. My mop that I put in the kitchen is used for the common areas, or that was the purpose for it. But she used the mop and she brought it in her room and she had it in there as if it was hers. And I'm just like, no, like I need this, like especially after all this dirty bro. We didn't even get into the uncleanliness. Like it just escalated, like from ashes here and trash here to like full blown rotting molded spaghetti in a pot left on the counter for a week. Longer than that, I feel like. She left shrimp out, like raw fish, on the counter. She left raw meat in the sink. 3 days. 3 days. Seasoned though. Seasoned, but raw chicken in the sink. Okay. So one day I was just like, I'm sick of it. It's dirty. It's dirty. Like, dirty ain't even a word. Like, is this an apartment or is it a trash facility? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's dirty. So I was just like, let me just clean this whole apartment because it stinks. Like, I'm coming in from work late as fuck, 11 o'clock. And nobody wants to come home to no dirty ass apartment. I cleaned the whole apartment, everything. Like I even took the eyes off the stove, cleaned under it, scraped that shit. Like, and they went in the other room and they was like snickering and shit about it. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all laughing about. This y'all apartment too that y'all paying rent for. And y'all okay with this? All right. So I use 2 concealers. I use Kiss and I use Fenty. this is when I want to do like a exaggerated highlights, you know. So anyway, yeah, so that happened. And I moved the sofa, right? You know, I'm finna sweep, I'm finna mop. Guess what I found under the sofa? Guess. Take a wild guess. Shit. I found shit. I'm talking about dirty doo-doo poop ass shit. Let me be a little bit G-rated, because you know I know you two like to play a little bit, but I found poop. I found discarded waste under the sofa. That's what I found. I called old girl and I said, "Did you have a dog over here?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I think so. One of my guests." Oh, we didn't even talk about the guests that she be having during Miss Rona. But anyway, we get into that. But yeah, I think one of my guests had her dog over, or his dog over, or whatever. And I was like, okay, what is this? I pointed to the poop pile. Oh, she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And I said, "Can you clean it up?" Like, for real, like there's no sorry, just clean it up. So she cleaned it up. But guess how she cleaned it up? She picked up the poop, put it in the trash can. Trash can that she never takes out, by the way. Put it in the trash can. Oh, we didn't even talk about the trash situation. That was the worst thing. Oh, Lord. I'm definitely inserting pictures, videos if I can find them. This is a new phone, so I don't know if I have all my old stuff in here, but shoot, we gonna make it work. Y'all gonna see what I had to see. Y'all gonna be scarred and traumatized like I was, okay? Yeah, she picked it up, put it in the trash that she did not take out. And I know y'all wondering, like, where is she gonna put it? In the fucking toilet where poop goes. Like, flush that shit, or at least put it in the trash and take it out. No, she left it there. And then she took my mop and mopped up the poop. That was the day I bought another mop. That was the day. That was the evening. At 8:59 that night, I bought a new mop, because you used my mop to clean up dog shit. Didn't wring it out, nothing. Got the mop, wiped the shit, put it back. Nothing else, just that. Are you out? I had to tell her multiple times, like, can you take the trash out? And her explanation was, "Oh no, my brother's gonna take it out. I be telling him and all this." And then one night, you know, we had to talk about it. And I was like, my thing is, when I noticed that this trash stuff was the situation, all the trash I use, even when I'm cooking, I bring it to my room, put it in a trash can in my room, and I take it out. If you have a problem taking out everybody's trash, and mind you, I take out our trash, you know what I'm saying? But it's 3 people in here. Like, I shouldn't feel like I'm taking this out every other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, 3 people who create waste, but like, if it's that big of an issue, then we're gonna need to start having our own trash cans and taking it out like that. I'd rather you stink up your room versus the whole apartment. And it was stinking, honey, like stinking. Like, candles couldn't even save it, stinking. Embarrassed to invite people over, stinking. And I know y'all like, well, girl, that's your apartment too. Baby, there is no amount of cleaning. None. And the thing is, every time I clean, not even the next day, the same evening, fucked up. You know how exhausting that gets, especially when you're a college student working a job for 10 hours straight? And you mean to tell me you here all day, you didn't clean that? Okay, anyways, moving on. Child. We touched on the cleanliness part of it. There was a lot more, like her putting trash on the patio, and then maintenance contacting us telling us we can't do that. And I'm like, baby, that's not my trash, you know? Or they would leave the trash there and I would move it to the patio, because you're not gonna stink up the apartment after I just mopped and scrubbed this apartment floor to ceiling. So I'm like, okay, I'm over it. You know, I'm talking to her about it. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," but nothing changes. So I'm just like, you're not sorry. Biggest issue we had next was she had someone living in the apartment with us. Mind you, this is a 3-bedroom apartment, and she had a grown woman with a child, a baby at that, a crying baby at 12 p.m. to freaking 5 a.m. crying baby. I have a problem with it at first because I'm just like, you gotta help folks out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your family, I feel you. But you didn't talk to us about it. Y'all talking every hour of the night. And mind you, she's loud. Like, I don't, like, there's no amount of headphones that can block out that noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, eavesdropping who? No, baby, I can hear you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, loud. So I'm walking by the room and it's open or whatever, and I see, you know, her clothes there, and I'm like, oh, so she's living here. Didn't talk to me about that. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. But I mean, another reason I didn't have a problem with it is because my boyfriend, he will be sleeping over very often. So I'm not tripping about it, you know, because shit, I can't be mad at you for shit that I'm doing as well. But my thing is, my boyfriend was over here because I was feeling unsafe, you know, because you had so-called gang members coming in the crib or whatever. At that time, I didn't have a gun, so I had to do the next best thing, a witness. You know what I'm saying? so yeah, she had her living in the apartment with us. The baby was crying all hours of the night. It was just too much, you know, like that with the uncleanliness. It's just like, baby, I know, you know that this ain't okay. Person that was living there that also wasn't paying rent or any portion of the utilities. And mind you, when this girl moved in with us, my utilities skyrocketed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it went from $20 to motherfucking 80 to motherfucking 100. I'm like, God damn. And mind you, we splitting this amongst 3 people. You know what I'm saying? 3 people. So, or 4 people technically, but 3 people are paying the bill. So it's expected to be high, but $20, meaning $60 utilities towards, I'm individually paying $100. That means the bill was $300 plus more because they have a little cutoff. So I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They were leaving the lights on at night. Oh my God, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just where I come from, but where I come from, if you're not using the light, turn it off. If you're not using the water, turn it off. And the water was a big issue. When she get drunk, you know, she'll lay in the bathtub and she'll go to sleep while the shower's running. And it was a thing, like, not just a one night thing, you know, because one night it happened and I went to the bathroom because I'm like, are you okay? Kind of thing. Like, that shit was running. And, you know, but it became a regular thing. And I'm like, this is not okay. The utilities was high, poop under the sofa, molded spaghetti, trash wasn't being taken out, had a person living with us, not even a person, 2 beings living with us, one that was loud and was catching attitudes with us and wasn't paying the bill. And when I say us, I mean me and Asia, the other roommate. Like, she would, like, be talking about us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you in our house talking about us. You know, like, a child that was crying. Which I'm just like, okay. Oh, house parties at our house and not tell us or ask us. Neither one. Just pop out 18, 20, 30 guests in an apartment. Like, during COVID. And on top of that, you don't clean after it. Child, the stress I endured, unmatched. It goes to you, ma'am. Thank you for these valuable lessons. She had parties, loud house parties, people over, and then I heard them talking about they was carrying guns and that they were affiliated with gangs. And I'm like, baby, I'm locking my door. I already was, but I'm definitely locking it now. Like, and I'm getting protection for sure. Because I don't know who you are or who you got over here. And they talking about, child, there was one day where she invited me to do drunk Uno with her or whatever, right? So I'm thinking it's just gonna be me and her, but no, she invited 2 other men that I didn't know. So at the time, I thought that this man that she invited was her boyfriend. You know, that's what she said. This is my boyfriend, introduced him as. So I'm like, okay, this is her boyfriend, you know. So, you know, we drinking or whatever, and, you know, like they are trying to get me drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that like in no type of way, but like literally like when they poured me drinks, it wasn't shots, it was drinks. You know what I'm saying? But me, I don't do peer pressure. Like, if I don't want to drink, I'm not gonna drink it. Y'all not gonna force me. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it was. I was like, no, I'm good. And then one of the dudes, they try to offer me a bean. And at that time, I didn't know what a bean was. I still don't know what a bean is, but I'm like, I'm good. But he told me it was a pain relief or something like that. I'm like, no. Come to find out later that that's definitely not what it was. And child. So this is how it played out, right? It was me, her boyfriend, and a dude. I made sure I sat right here facing the door. So he said he had to go get something. So he's, you know, went and got something, but I got up and I went over there towards the kitchen where there's knives and shit, you know, because I don't know what he's getting. I don't know you. I don't know what you're getting. So while I'm doing that, her boyfriend gets up and, you know, tries to talk to me, was talking about, oh yeah, I'll cook or whatever, right? So the door opens and he's coming back upstairs. So I automatically turn my attention towards the door because I'm just like, I need to see what you went to go get. But while I'm doing that, her boyfriend is like blocking my sight. Like I'm trying to look this way and he's just like doing like this, you know, like that. And I'm like, oh, hell nah. So I waited till he sat down and he had his hands under the table. So I'm like, oh yeah, this don't look right. You know, this don't look right at all. So I just, you know, waited, you know, see if anything was gonna pop off. You know, I was where I was. I got me a pair of scissors, hit that shit and sat back down. You know, so that happened. I'm still looking, you know, out for this dude. I'm like, and I'm still looking out for that dude because I don't know you. You know, you're her boyfriend, but I don't know you. So she left, like went out the door, not her room, but she left me in the apartment with these 2 men, grown men, like 28 and up. I'm not gonna say my age, but you could guess. I'm young. So I'm like, what the fuck? As soon as she hit that door, her boyfriend come around the table, he tried whispering in my ear. At the time, I had a boyfriend. And even if I didn't, get the fuck out of my ear. Like, nigga, COVID, like, back, fuck, you know. Not COVID, but, like, just back up. Like, you're invading my personal space. So he's whispering in my ear. I don't even know what he's saying, but I did like this. And then he do it again. So I hopped my ass up, went in my room, and locked the door. Straight like that. Straight like that. Like, straight like that. Because you're not going to play with me. I said no, and you did it again? Oh, yeah, you're ruthless. I'm about to use my Bare Minerals. This is the truth. Like, bronzer. The truth. So, yeah, I got in the door, whatever. Then he caught himself trying to come to my door and apologize and tell me to come out. I'm like, oh, no, that's a setup. Like, no. Like, I started feeling sick. Like, not okay. Like, I never felt this way before. Child, I don't get drunk, first of all. So the fact that I was feeling that type of way was like unsettling. Mind you, I was drinking their alcohol that they provided, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, a lot of things are going through my head. You know, I'm just like, So I called my boyfriend, whatever. Like, I couldn't stand. I was crawling, bitch. Like, you know, so I'm calling my friends. I'm calling my boyfriend. I don't even want to say drunk because, baby, I only had 1 shot. Like, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? So she was in the bathroom, you know, doing her little shower thing, you know, in the shower asleep. You know, I pulled her out, you know, put a towel, gave her a towel or whatever, and I left. And low key, I was upset, like that nigga left her. Like, she is this out and you left her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's just how I felt. But anyway, that's how I felt. And come to find out, I feel like she's trying to set me up. Because when everything happened or whatever, I just figured, okay, oh, dude didn't tell her. Like, he didn't tell her that's why I went to the room or whatever. You know, he just left or whatever, and that was that. Came to find out she knew all along, because she came to me and she was like, oh yeah, I heard that he did that, and, you know, that's my guess, and I'm sorry, I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable, because I know this is your house. The same speech that she give me every time I talk to her about anything that's going on in the apartment. That's what she was talking to me about. So I'm like, something's not right. Something's not right at all. So yeah, that was giving very much setup vibes. Wasn't fucking with it. Child, I'm just glad I'm out that situation, you know. Fast forward, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff that I missed, because it was like every day something new type of thing, like every day. And a lot of the stuff I don't want to share because it is kind of personal to them, and I'm not gonna go crazy telling y'all their business. Then comes a time about when I was putting in the work to start moving out. Particular day, Asia, she hit me up and she was like, hey, did you still want to go on that walk? And I'm like, want to, we can, you know, because, you know, it seems like you want to talk about something. And she was like, cool, you know, meet her in a couple, you know, of minutes or whatever. So I'm getting ready, right? They are going back and forth in the living room. Out of nowhere, like cussing at each other, all that, you know. Asia, not even Asia and Diana, Asia and the girl that moved in with her. Like, and it's so crazy because Diana would never address us. It would always be her sister addressing us. It was just so confusing. Like, why do you feel like that's okay? You know, like, you're not paying rent. Technically, you're not supposed to live here. If we report you, you'll be evicted. So I'm confused. Like, why are you comfortable enough to cuss her out, call her out her name, and start arguments? I don't even remember what they were talking about. I'm pretty sure it was along the lines of, you know, like, sweetie, you don't live here. Oh no, that's not what it was about. Okay. Let me rewind real quick. She had male cousins sleeping in the living room. Didn't tell us, as usual. You know, it's just typical at this point. Didn't tell us. They was living in the living room. And at first, I thought it was kind of like they coming to visit, you know, kind of thing. No, they was in there for a week. Asia was addressing Diana, telling her, you know, I just feel like, you know, your cousins have been here living in a living room. I have a boyfriend, and this isn't a good look, you know, having dudes sleeping in the apartment. It'll make anybody uneasy. Her, you know, this isn't okay. And that's when the sister wanted to pop off and go back and forth with her, you know, call her this to that. And I'm like, y'all not, it wasn't connecting to me. It wasn't making sense, because the person who's living here is telling you that it is not okay that you have guests over for this long and sleeping in the common area. And you would think they'd be like, oh yeah, you're right, you know. It was a big blow, a big argument. Me and Asia, we went on that walk, and she told me, you know, she was just spilling the beans about how old girl was talking about me. Now, this is when Asia comes into the picture, you know, this is when her character comes into question, you know, because my thing is, if someone can come to me and tell me how other people were talking about me, right? And you're not telling me like, oh, this happened yesterday. You telling me like this happened weeks ago. And you just not telling me? You just not telling me? And not only that, but it's just like, if she feels comfortable enough to talk to me, to you, then you must be saying something too. So at that point, trust already went out the window. I'm like, you're not to be trusted. And she's telling me, yeah, she was just talking about you because she was saying that you're weird because you stay in your room and you lock the door like they finna steal something, and that you stay in the room and it's very sketchy. And I'm like, I stay in the room because I don't want to be bothered. Like, my thing is, if the energy not right, I'm not messing with it. Straight home, go straight to my room. I was just like, okay, cool. So from that point on, I was just like, I see you. whatever. So, she had me on the phone talking to her mom, about, the situation and ways to handle that. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I already problem solved it, like I'm gonna be out of here in like a couple of days. And the energy was just off. It was just disgustingly off. Like, ugh, like, it didn't feel like home no more. It felt like, I can't even put words to it. It just felt, I felt so uncomfortable. I feel like you should not even feel like, you should never feel like that in your home. On top of that, girls still talking shit. Like we took a whole hour, 30-minute walk, came back. You still talking shit? Like, over with. It's okay. I'm gonna leave. Bye. Fast forward, I move out. Yay, hooray. I get a notification from maintenance that I got a service order to fix my door because it's been kicked in. I don't think y'all hear me right now. Like, my door to my room has been kicked in. Remember, that was the only bit of safety I had when I was living there, was the lock on my door. And just the fact that days later after I moved out, it's been kicked in, that's unsettling. I didn't get no text from those roommates or anything. I called them. I was either blocked or they didn't pick up the phone. I don't even want to say they did it. I don't want to put that on them because I didn't see nothing, but maintenance just hit me up that my door is kicked in. But I also asked if the front door was kicked in and the front door wasn't. So I don't know if you had guests over like you usually do and they kicked in my door or whatever, but I don't even know what the purpose of that was. I don't know if they waited until I left. I don't know if they thought I was there. And I don't want to say they, but like I said, I don't know who did it. So I don't, whoever did it. It's just a very unsettling experience, because that is scary. We're gonna add pictures and stuff, pictures that I can find. Like I said, this is a new phone. You know, that was a lot of information, but what I kind of just wanted to say, and a message to those, you know, that are moving in with roommates and stuff, you know, just be aware of who you're moving in with, you know. And I know sometimes we do move in with friends and sometimes we move in with strangers, but, you know, just know who they are and get those vibes, you know, before you make that decision. You know, unfortunately, I was in a situation where it was like an arranged type of thing, but just be cognizant of who you let in your space, you know. And another rule I would say is let what you want in a roommate be known from the jump. You know, don't wait until they show you who they are. No, just tell them straight up. And if they fuck that up, then you take it to someone higher, because sometimes talking to them over and over, which I did, talking to them over and over, telling them the same thing over and over, it doesn't work. You know, you can't tell grown folks how to do what they do. Have an exit plan, have an exit strategy. If you are in a situation where you don't know who your roommates are going to be, make sure you have protection, you know, because this situation could have went either way, you know, could have got better, it could have got worse, you know, but as long as you have protection, that's the best thing you could do. And learn from my experience, you know, don't drink with people you don't know. Don't do none of that, you know. Document everything, because when it comes time to move out, and if you need to show proof that you've been telling management about certain things, that was my thing. I didn't tell management about everything that I was going through because I just figured I could handle it, you know. And that's how I felt like when I was in the dorms. I was just like, I'm not going to tell RAs nothing. I'm just going to handle it with my roommate, you know. And that's a whole nother story time, that roommate. But yeah, just let it be known. I'm praying that y'all have great experiences, you know. Me, I don't ever see myself moving in with a roommate, you know, unless I absolutely have to. That has definitely been the icing on the cake for me. Like, I'm good, you know. But thank you all for watching my video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, bye.